I'm doing it for my daughter.
Wait, did I ever tell you I'm a cop?
I remember that.
When I was a cop.
Yeah.
You remember I used to always walk around in my cop
You used
gear.
to always go by cop. People would always call you cop. I remember that.
Could you guys start calling me cop?
Yo, cop, what's
That's my nickname.
Cop, man, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, cop. Cop, come on.
You're playing your music too loud, cop.
Cop's dead.
So anyway, I was a cop, and that's not funny. Skip that one.
Hold on, let me check that.
Go ahead and play the cop military wife. Trump can't earn my vote just because he's Republican. Let's see what this hero has to say. This actual hero.
My name is Robert.
I'm a real person, not an actress.
They actually do.
Thinking that a fucking actor. Ronald Reagan was literally an actor.
Yeah, that's crazy. My grandmother will always be, Biden's such a nice man. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
what? Like, you don't know this person at all.
Yeah.
Like, he could not be any more of a stranger.
You got the hand in front of the camera changing the cue card? Man, this is credible.
What the fuck is this bitch saying?
Evan, we can stop this right now.
What is she explaining the Deus Ex speedrun?
When I log on to Reddit / I fucking love science, I look at
All the science.
all the science that points in space that I can get, and I see the galaxy. That's when I know that Trump is a bad person who is not a good man like Ronald Reagan was, who cares about me because he is nice and warm. First of all, this woman, I looked her up. I did some research as I was going through my emails, and I realized that online you can look at her school records. She's never graduated the 4th grade. So that's the first thing I saw. And she's also, it's important to also point out, I looked up her record and I called the Tennessee police and I checked up on her record, and she's one of these female cops that fires the gun instead of the taser by accident. And they said that at the police department. They said thanks for calling. Yeah, she's an active duty police officer. She's everybody on the force hates her. She's always accidentally shooting people instead of tasing them. And that's, if you're black, my tip to you is when you talk to the cops, do this. You by me, Bobby. Adam 416, we have a male on a bicycle on a sidewalk and we are arresting him.
Turn around. You call when you're in traffic. I'm not doing that.
You can pause it. If you're in a city, you have to get out of the city for many reasons. But if you live in a city long enough, I promise you, at some point, a police officer, one of these fucking people that walks in, oh, I saw the police officer was hiring. I'm gonna get a job at me, a police officer. Now I have a badge and a gun. 416, Adam, I'm 12, 416. You have to give me the 416. You have to do this. Okay? At some point, if it's a white cop, whatever, it's the same thing. In a city, you're going to fall victim to this. You're going to cross the street at the wrong time, or you're going to make a turn without your blinker turned on, or you're going to be, I don't know, walking without a seat belt. So you stepped on a crack. You stepped on a crack, you broke your mother's back. Show me your ID. Show me your ID. At some point, this is going to happen to you. This is just the fraying nerves of society. Cities are where the fraying nerves of society are at their most jagged. And racial or not, whether it's the racial stuff certainly does not help the situation. But if you live in a city, at some point, you're going to get fucked with by one of these fucking ass cops. And these female cops, no disrespect to anybody. No disrespect to anybody. And it doesn't matter what race you are either. If you ever catch the eye of a female cop, hope you wore your bulletproof vest. Hope you got your vest on, man. I am praying for you, unironically. You ever catch the eye of a female cop? man, I hope you wore your vest. And I am praying for you because that gun on her waist at some point is going to accidentally go off. Okay? She's going to draw it out thinking it's a taser. She's going to have her finger on the trigger before she's ready to fire. She's going to do this because you didn't put your hands up fast enough or whatever. Something you did made her feel threatened. You're taller than her. She feels threatened for her life. She's a female. The only recourse she has physically is to shoot you. And I just hope that if you ever get pulled over by a woman, you're wearing a fucking bulletproof vest and a Kevlar helmet. I hope you're decked out like a PUBG character, because that's what you need to survive a female cop encounter. And in my notes, I wrote that this female, the way she's thinking, and it's not her fault. It's not the female cop's fault, okay? Because in her brain, what her brain is naturally geared to think is, I'm going to chop up some carrots and broil some beef in a stew for my husband. But then society steps in, scrambles the message, and says, I'm going to chop up a citation for this dude on a bicycle. Court pays a fine. Shoot him. Okay? That's the way it gets scrambled. So it's actually not her fault. It's actually not her fault. It's the police training scrambling the natural message. Carrots, beef, stew, husband, shoot, fine, court, citation, me, power, belt, utility belt, taser. Woman, vagina, ovaries, breasts, mouth for sucking, gun, taser. Shoot, court, fine, court. Go to court. You breathed wrong. You went through the wrong door. Court. You're going to court. Court. I'd rather have ED 209 facing me down. I'd rather be looking down the barrel of those guns than deal with a woman cop. And that's for real. I'm not trashing women right now. I'm not anti-woman. I would rather be staring down the barrel of ED 209's blaster cannons than have a woman cop with her hand on her gun thinking that it's her taser. Like a fucking. No offense to women. They're mostly smart and they do science and they're probably the reason why we have rocket ships. And they invented the internet and computers and also medicine. And women did all this. And they give top. For those of you who've never controlled a woman, it's really easy to do. It does not require any sort of punching or anything like that, or any sort of flailing around. Literally takes like 2 seconds worth of upper body strength to.
Baby, you want to watch Toy Story?
Put a woman's arms behind.
Let's go to Armsley
and make her stop.
I got crepes from Appleseed.
This is a female police officer, and it's a Spanish cop, so it's not a white cop beating someone up.
Did you turn me down?
It's a Spanish female police officer punching I believe a pregnant woman in the face. Which, look, maybe the woman, maybe she is outside stealing and doing Xanax, and maybe she did kick the female police officer, but punching a pregnant female in the face is like, that's pretty insane, man. That's pretty. That's what I call next level. That's pretty high flying, if you ask me. And this all boils down, all goes back to the fact that women are defenseless. So if you put a badge on a female and you tell her that she has to go out there and physically control people, she's going to do this by punching them in the face, and if that doesn't work, pulling her gun out and shooting them. Jocko Willink talks about this on his podcast that I watch every episode of because I can't tell you what branch of the military I'm involved with, but the U.S. Marines basically look at me like I'm a god. So I have to stay up on what these little guys, Jocko Willink, he reports to me, but I always check on what his podcast is. And there's a thing they do in the Army. It's called a battle jab, and it's when you stab somebody with your rifle. So the barrel, the extremely hard rifle barrel, hits somebody. And that's how prior to jiu-jitsu, that's how maybe they still do this, but that's how you're trained to calm someone down. If someone's resisting and you can't use lethal force, you're supposed to punch them in the face and use battle jabs with your rifle, which is insane. Whereas anybody with 6 months or a year of BJJ can completely control a normal person without hurting them seriously. That's That's like RoboCop or Terminator 2 right there. That's how I know I'm in good hands. When the protector who's protecting and serving me and issuing me a citation for my bicycle, as soon as danger breaks out, she's there with her rocket launcher going, "No, don't kill me! No, no, no."
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yes, I do, because apparently you're not saluting the screen right now, because I have a sensor in the camera that tells me when you're saluting the screen. Go ahead and salute. Thank you. Finally, you're saluting. And I'll salute you back, okay, because that's what we cops do. All right, last one. Let's click Texas officer fired. I don't know why I shot. Oh, my God.
I shouldn't have shot. Like, he just started to turn the wheel because I told him to get out the car. And I see him turning the wheel, and then I see his hand getting ready to take off. And I'm like, don't do it, don't do it. And so I'm moving over with him, and he kept turning, and then I was just like, shot. I don't know why. I don't know why I shot.
Oh, man. All right, you can pause it.
No. I'm good. I'm just...
That's like a perfect example of why police training is like bad. Like how bad.
No, it's not even training. It's this person, like giving the power of life and death to a mental child.
That's what I'm saying, and the fact that she didn't get screened out.
There's no, that's a good point.
The fact that
look
she
at
was
her
able
face,
to become a
man.
cop.
Oh my God, it's so fucking fucked. One of my favorite videos. Oh my God, is this guy, he's I couldn't find it, but it's a police activity video. It's this guy who all these cops roll up on him, like 10 cops, and he says he starts putting his shit down. He says, "I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna run. I'm going to run." And they're like, "Don't run." He's like, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna run." And so he runs, and then I think a female cop shoots him as he's not armed or anything, and so he's laying there on the ground and he's like bleeding out. And all these cops are surrounding him, and it's like very clear that he should not have been shot. And the female cop is screaming. She's screaming, "You're okay," and like, "Keep talking to me." Like the stuff in movies that you say, "Keep talking to me, man. You're okay. You're gonna be okay." But she's doing it like she's hyperventilating as she's doing it, like she's really, I guess, worried about having just shot somebody wrongfully. She's like, "You're okay. You're okay." And it's the most like grating, loud, painful thing to listen to. And I was watching. I was thinking, this poor guy. Can you imagine, like, if you're dying and that's the last thing you hear is your killer, your inadvertent killer, saying movie shit to you? "You're good, man. You're gonna be good," in like a high pitched fucking female voice. All right.
Like when somebody will like suffocates someone.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be okay.
This has to happen. You have to. It's alright. Trust me. It's for your own good. I'm gonna kill you. That one we watched earlier of the woman from Tennessee claiming that she's been a lifelong Republican, wearing the shirt that says "Anyone but Trump," and talking about how she's a police officer and a military wife, and she's now anti-Trump. The second top-rated comment was, "The moment one gets it, they wonder, how did I ever support Trump? A humbling moment, but also quite a joyous epiphany." That's like 1984 shit. The moment you believe, you embrace Big Brother is a joyous epiphany.